Good. There we go. So welcome back. We're actually hanging out in the office today with Mahak Ali, and we're actually talking about, well, meditation, stress, happiness, being healthy, and some of the things that you can actually do if you're anybody, but if you're a busy mom or dad at home, some things that you can think about today. And yeah, you want to start us off? I mean, I was just saying, it's been about 4 months since we've connected and talked about this. So you want to talk about happiness and health, meditation?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and share with some of our viewers, I mean, some of the benefits, but also getting into that, you said mindset, right? So what were your thoughts?
Yes. So I guess we can go back to the science of meditation and how we can incorporate those mindsets. So when we are living busy lives and we don't have the opportunity to come back to ourself, the intention with the meditation is to allow the stress levels of what's going on internally, hormonally, energetically, to plateau and come back into a state of receiving. That is the intention of meditation. So when you can come into that state of regulating yourself internally, a good practice that a lot of Reiki practitioners incorporate as the two main principles of even why maybe a Reiki practitioner wants to help people come into a better state of being is, one, to be happy, and two, to be healthy. So I wanted to tie this in with meditation because when we can get into that state of regulation, we can change the neurology, we can change our mindset, and most importantly, we can allow ourselves to be in that feeling internally that we are happy and that we are healthy.
And that being present.
And being present.
Yeah. And I think about, we were just talking before going on camera, just about how much time is spent just quick consumption of reels and screens and everything else, and how your brain is wired for that quick hit, right? And I know some of my best times with the kids are literally when I leave my phone in my pocket at the front door or stick it in the drawer and no bother with it, right? And those are truly the times when you are present, right? And I mean, I guess that's one of the reasons why I love looking after people too, is because in order to do it, you have to be fully present, thinking about that person who's under your hands.
Yes.
Right? And so I find it fun and look forward to it. And that's probably one of the reasons why is, and also having people see their own vision come together for their own health, as I'm sure you get excited about too when you work with people, and finding that spark. But that present time consciousness, which I think is huge. And I think about some of the things you touched on, like choosing to be happy, choosing to be healthy, and take those actions, right? Which the mindset, literally, I mean, if you talk about, I guess, did we talk about Dr. Bruce Lipton before, I think? And some of his work, right? In terms of your thoughts literally create your reality, and how you choose to make those decisions and change your cells to be healthier. You take different actions, right? And I think about, for those watching, we come back to stress, right? And we were talking before that sure, like, we can brush it off and say, I'm not stressed. But I talk about this on Monday nights during my new patient workshop. And literally it's, something like 80% of visits to the doctor are related to unmanaged stress. And then a good portion of chronic disease is what it starts with, unmanaged stress. So if you can download that to somebody to help them manage their state better, huge. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing what I do too, because corrective chiropractic may have an impact on your stress response. So outside of the office, what can you do to help have an impact? So that's why we're here today. And we're talking to Mahak Ali about some things that you can do on your own too. And in the past, if you watched us, I mean, we've touched on the 3-minute meditation and finding those moments for yourself. And I would almost find that for the busy person, just the thought flash came to mind is literally when you get home before you go in.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought of that?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of times to meditate?
Yeah.
Because my drive home isn't very long, but if you get parked, right, and just breathe for a few moments and do this practice, you change your state when you go in the door.
Yes.
Which I think is huge for people in terms of going home and showing up as the best version of themselves for their kids and their family. Because you don't want to have all your happiness used up at work. You want to bring it home too,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some of the benefits, I mean, we made a list there, but I mean, focus and clarity, changing your stress response and anxiety, and how much of the world that I see that is stressed and anxious or depressed, and their mind's totally shifted, and we're about getting, we got some work to do, right? In terms of introducing movement, mindfulness, and getting back on track. And then talk about emotional health, physical health, and better sleep. I mean, how many people show up and tell me they don't sleep very well?
Right.
Lots. Partly the screens and continually consuming the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Big part of it is stress.
Yes.
So how can we manage our stress and choose to be happy and healthier? What are your thoughts?
Yes. So there is a yogic philosophy that we should be practicing hesitation.
Okay. In what sense? In the sense that delay your response
Yes.
before you do something.
Yes.
So every time you hear a stimulus, is there some sort of, is it just wait 10 seconds or wait 5 seconds?
Yeah, give yourself, I believe the golden rule is about 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And then, because it gives your mind and your nervous system a moment to relax before responding.
And you don't respond in an emotional tone or way.
Right.
Okay, so 7 seconds before you respond, right, which I think, that's a good idea. And plus probably helps the other person feel heard.
Yes.
Because that's something I've always heard as a technique to pause and let the other person feel heard too, which changes their state before you respond, which can change the whole conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No.
Just get connected?
Yeah, just get connected. Take that moment. I think a lot of people are so used to having the reactive mind, or even just being reactive.
Yeah.
That just those couple seconds to hesitate into a response, or even just some clarity on what it is you should do to act next, is a good opportunity to practice regulation and lowering your stress level.
So wait 7 seconds to respond. That can be your cue today for this afternoon if you're in the office, or when you get home. Right? Wait 7 seconds to respond. I think that's good.
Yeah.
So, if we were going to spend a few moments breathing and meditating and working on being more present, did you want to walk us through it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So in today's exercise or practice, we're just going to take a couple seconds to first find our breath. And that would be deep breathing, so into the belly, making sure that you could feel the lower abdomen expand, and then bringing that into the upper lungs. And once we find that state of really breathing deeply and being tapped into that, then we could start maybe incorporating visualization or some kinds of words to the meditation that'll help us rewire the mindset.
Okay. So I can use the happy, healthy, and terrific?
Yes.
Before we got on, I was telling Genevieve or Kelly that we were literally. My Cameron, my middle daughter, has the mantra, and she'll scream it out to me before bed, right? And she'll literally say, "I'm happy, healthy, and terrific," right? Which I trained her, I guess 2 summers ago to do that, right? But in terms of her mindset, going into gymnastics or to school, right? So we're gonna go with happy, healthy, and terrific. Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll find our breath first.
Yeah. So just find a comfortable seated position. And keep in mind to elongate the spine, feeling comfortable in your sits bones. And then just bring your awareness to your breath, breathing in deeply And allowing your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And just taking a few repetitions of that breath. And once you have found this breath, staying in your center, allowing the words, I am happy, I am healthy, I am terrific, to be incorporated into your breath. With every inhale and exhale. And now let's bring this resonance into our body. And allow your body to feel happy. You may be remembering an experience that you've had that invoked happiness. You could even think of what it would feel like energetically for your body to be healthy. And breathing that resonance of happy and healthy into your whole body. And tapping into the essence of feeling terrific. Maybe it was a win that you encountered in a game. And just feeling that vibration of being terrific in your body. And when you're ready, you could slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the space, keeping those vibrational resonances of being happy, healthy, and terrific in your body. And slowly begin to open your eyes, being in the room and feeling those vibrations as you arrive back into the space.
Perfect. I liked your mantra.
Thanks.
Yeah, it brings it together. So I think that for those of you watching, I think the two big things are getting in the present moment, and your 7-second delay in terms of putting that into practice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3 minutes. Is there other times you recommend? Like I thought of right away, like in the driveway on the way home before you go in to see your kids. But any other times that come to mind, or when you tell people to do this?
Yeah, well, if we're going to relate it back to parents in the things that we have to do throughout our day.
Yeah.
Taking maybe that 5 minutes before you get out of bed, before you look at your phone, to tap into those same qualities of happiness, being healthy, and being terrific, and just seeing what those would be before you get out of bed, and knowing that it's going to be carried throughout your day. And maybe before the kids come home, or like you said, before entering the house, if you're still in your vehicle, taking that time, 3 minutes if you really need, to just sit there and just focus on your breath and know that everything is happy, everyone is healthy, and everything is terrific.
I like it. And it sounds like, to me, like setting an intention.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, which is, I think many of us go through life not setting an intention, from what I observe working with people. And if you set an intention, it's so much simpler, like in terms of saying no to things that are distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So beautiful. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Yeah. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Pleasure having you. And for those of you tuning in, thanks for tuning in. And we'll repost this, and you can catch it. And hopefully you get some nuggets out of it to put into practice, to be more present and manage your stress that much better. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.